By the way, while I'm talking, I do a lot of this. It's just a habit. Hey, it's Mel, I hope you're doing well, and welcome back to Creep Week. If you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Second of all, if you don't know what Creep Week is, it's a series that I started on my channel last year. In order to celebrate the month of October, every week I post creepy videos. It could be anything from paranormal to just a general creepy story. Today we're going to be talking about the cursed chair of Thomas Busby. This case is very bizarre and takes place in North Yorkshire, England. This simple-looking oak chair gained the nickname the Chair of Death after causing many unexplainable deaths. The story begins in 1702 when a man by the name of Thomas Busby brutally murdered his father-in-law, Daniel Arty. He was convicted and put on death row. Thomas liked a certain pub, and in this pub he had a favourite chair, which he always sat in. Thomas was allowed to eat his final meal while sitting in his favourite chair. After finishing his meal, before he was about to be hung, he stood up and yelled, quote, "May sudden death come to anyone who dares sit in my chair," end quote. Everyone in the pub heard his words. Thomas then left the pub and was hung next to it. The chair remained in the pub for centuries, and the locals knew of what Thomas Busby had said. To see if the legend was true, people were actually daring others to sit in the chair. In 1894, a chimney sweeper had a few drinks at the pub and decided to sit in the chair. He was found dead the next day, hanging from the front post of the inn. His death was considered a suicide, though the locals claimed it was the chair that did it. An apprentice worker actually challenged a couple of his co-workers to sit in the chair, and one of his friends accepted the challenge and sat in the chair. Later that same day, during the afternoon, the man was found dead not far from the inn. He had died due to a mysterious accident. During World War II, the locals began noticing that soldiers who sat in the chair would not return from the war. Once again, the locals blamed the cursed chair. Then, in 1967, two Royal Air Force pilots sat in the chair alternatively as there were no other seats available, and they just wanted to test the chair. The two pilots would later die in a car accident on their way back to the airbase. Their truck had hit a tree. Then, in 1970, a construction worker decided to test out the chair. On that same day, during the afternoon, the man would end up dying by falling into a hole at his job site. 1 year later, a man who worked on roofs sat in the chair and then left the pub to go work on a roof. And he fell through the roof and died that same day. The roof had just collapsed while he was working on it. Then the pub's cleaning lady tripped and accidentally fell onto the chair. She would soon die of a brain tumour that she wasn't even aware of. Then, in the mid-1970s, the pub's owner, named Tony Earnshaw, moved the chair to the basement to avoid people sitting on it. However, one day a delivery driver who was delivering things to the basement decided to take a minute to rest. He sat in the chair, not knowing the history behind it. After feeling well rested, the delivery driver got back into his truck, only to end up dead a few hours later in a car accident. Tony then decided to donate the chair to the local museum called the Thirsk Museum. The people of the museum took the chair in and hung it 5 feet in the air so that no one would accidentally or purposefully sit in it. People who visited the museum to see the chair were also warned not to touch it. So that is the story of the cursed Thomas Busby chair. This chair caused many unexplainable deaths. I don't believe in curses personally, so I think it's all a mere coincidence. But let me know what you think about this case. Do you think it's a mere coincidence, or is this chair really cursed? As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.